Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's the singers, it's the singers only. Singers, it's the singers only.
Hey, you guys, it's Kristal Cherelle from Indie Artist School. Welcome to the Singer's Arsenal. Today, I'm going to talk about why I'm inspired by the Queen of Soul, Aretha Franklin. I love her voice. Her voice has pervaded the ears of time. Her music is completely timeless, and artists everywhere have been inspired by her. I would say the top things I really love about Aretha, I'm going to try my best to narrow it down to three things that I really, really love from her is her vocal range, her emotion, and her mixed belt, or just belting in general. Like, she had so much power and strength in her voice, and it in such a clarity that came through. You always knew what she said, you knew what she meant, and you knew how she felt in every song she ever sang. And I aspire to have all of my music communicate my feelings as well as Aretha did. Aretha knew how to be vulnerable and strong at the same time, which I find to be an amazing trait. It takes both humility and confidence to be able to do that in front of other people, and for it to come through her recordings as well. I mean, that is a whole nother topic right there. The essence of her live performances were captured in her recordings, and you knew that it would be consistent with her live performances. That in and of itself tells you how seriously she took her craft and how much it meant to her music. She kept singing her entire career, her entire lifetime. I am so thankful, and I feel so lucky to have lived when she lived and to have witnessed her music and to see her perform at different stages in her life and listen to her voice evolve. And, you know, a lot of times as people get older, it's like they lose something, but she gained more. You know, it's like she had more life experience, and the emotions were just even more, you know. And then there was I just love how her music, she never grew out of her music because her music is timeless. And to be able to have music like that, that's the mark of a legend. And that's why she is now and will forever be the Queen of Soul, as far as I'm concerned. And so anyway, I wanted to but I wanted to study. I wanted to study her performance of Natural Woman. Natural Woman is a song that I love. It's like definitely one of my favorites of all time. Not only for the message, but because of the way she sings. Y'all know what I'm talking about. It's that slide. Anyway, we're going to get into it, okay? I'm just gushing. I love Aretha Franklin, you guys. Okay, so here we go.
Looking out on the morning rain, I used to feel so uninspired. And when I knew I had to face another day, Lord, it made me feel so tired. Before the day I met you,
there we go.
Life was so unkind. You're the key to my peace of mind, because you made me feel.
You hear that make?
You made me feel.
Yes.
You made me feel like a natural woman. When my soul was in the lost and found, you came along to claim me. I didn't know just what was wrong with me.
There it is.
You make me feel. You make me feel like a natural woman. Oh, baby, what you done to me? What you done to me? You made me feel so good inside. Good inside. And I just wanna be.
There it is. Yes, ma'am.
Close to you, you make me feel so alive. You make me feel.
Y'all hear that high belt that I'm talking about? There's some things that I really want to discuss here. It's not just the high belt. It's the consistency of her breath control. She never cuts the phrasing short. Everything has a purpose. So it's not just, I think it's important to make the distinction between being loud and singing with power. And I feel like Aretha is very good at differentiating between the two. She sings very dynamic. She's just not belting nonstop. She emphasizes certain words. And the way I was listening to several of her performances, and I was like, wow, I love how she varies them different when she's performing live. Everyone was a little bit different. And I really like this one because of the way she's singing Make. She's adding a lot of emphasis on that A sound, and it's making it a lot more resonant, and it's making that high note come out even more clearly. And oh my goodness, even, I don't know if you noticed, but there's a lot of A sounds in here. And it's really perfect for Aretha because she has a bright tone to her voice. It's very open. It's inviting and it's warm, but yet it's still powerful. A lot of times what happens for the brighter tones is usually they don't have as much power or weight to them, or they sound tinny. But not with Aretha, because her resonance is there. Because of the shape of her mouth, she has that forward placement, but still has a rounded jaw, drop jaw, and a relaxed tongue, so that it still has that fullness. It's kind of a mix. This is the best way I can describe it. It's a mix between a classical style of singing and a contemporary style. Contemporary is a really far forward placement, whereas a classical style usually has a more dropped larynx. But I love how her voice is right in between classical and contemporary. And in her time, what she was doing was cutting edge. And even now, the fact that it's not only is her song timeless, her voice is timeless. And I think that's why, you guys, it's because she was right in the middle, and she had that bright tone to help make it more inviting. And I just love it. I love it so much. And there's no one like her. No one else has that voice. I think a lot of people can't put their finger on why her voice is timeless, but this is only a hypothesis, but I really feel like that quality of her voice is really what makes it timeless, is because it's reminiscent of a classical period, but yet has a little bit of a contemporary feel to it with that forward placement. And that's really the blueprint of soul. Okay. Because it's not opera, you know what I mean? It's not back there, but it's not, pop either, which is really far forward. It's soul. And she set the standard for what soul is. And so, I mean, iconic. Let's keep going, guys. I just had to show love, guys. Had to show love.
Make me feel, you make me feel like a natural woman. You really make me feel.
Come on.
You make me feel. You make me feel like a natural woman.
Yes.
You.
Man. Like those notes, those high notes, to have that much power behind them. I keep saying I love it. But it takes so much breath control to be able to project like that and sustain it like she does. It's the force, the onset that I have to commend the most, because her pitch, she never wavered on her pitches. Okay. She knew exactly how to get there. So her pitch accuracy was impeccable, and she had the power behind it. She was ready to go. There was no hesitation during her performances and in her songs. So I think that's so much we can learn from her, is having that placement that allows you to be able to have the power behind it and a more rounded tone, so that it's not just completely airy. And that's really the embodiment of soul. It has a little bit of the heaviness that's reminiscent of classical singing, mixed with a little bit of pop in there, with a little bit more forward placement, but not too far forward. It's really about understanding the sweet spot of resonance and having full control of your breath and power. If you want to sing soul, listen to the greats. Listen to Aretha Franklin. If you want to learn more about how to develop your voice, go ahead and visit my website to get lessons with me by going to indie-artist.teachable.com. That's indie-artist.teachable.com. Also, please don't forget to donate to my podcast so that I can continue making content for you guys. I really enjoy sharing vocal tips so that I can help you learn how to develop your voice. And your donations are what helps me be able to do this. So show your support by going to anchor.fm/thesingersarsenal/support. That's anchor.fm/thesingersarsenal/support. Well, you guys, until next time, have a wonderful day.
Yeah, 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 yeah. It's a